It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Believe it. I missed everything.
Missed the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
Hey, here come our favorite moments of Wednesday's show, including the cruise that went wrong. We were talking about these two guys on a cruise out of Miami that got in a fist fight. They had to turn the boat around and bring them both back to the hospital. But we thought, hey, there's got to be some other great stories out there about people who were on a cruise and it went horribly wrong. We've all seen the poop cruise. And yeah, you guys didn't disappoint. Those stories coming up in a couple of seconds as we launch the podcast. You don't have a TV in your bathroom, do you?
No.
I was always jealous of my friend Paul. He and his dad, Chester, ran a farm, and they had a little black and white TV in their bathroom.
They spent that much time in there?
Yeah, apparently so. And what I feel is the new generation is like when I'm brushing my teeth or if I'm shaving in the morning, I'll watch like YouTube TV off my phone and maybe like watch Sports Center. This morning, though, I don't know why, but it was an old episode of Everyone Loves Raymond. Okay. And so I was watching 5 minutes of it just kind of while I'm brushing my teeth. And it was one of those where Robert, his big brother, and he's got an OCD where he touches the food to his chin before he eats it every time.
Yeah.
And it made me start thinking, like, that has to be a unique thing. Like, the writers of that had to come up with something so unique that he's probably the only person in the world that does that.
Or someone they know in their family does it, and then they're like,
let's put it in a character, right? Do you think that there's anything in this world that only you do?
Well, it's radio, so nobody can see this, but they'll kind of get an idea. But when I board a plane, I will put my right hand on like the door of while I walk through, and just with my middle finger, I'll just make like a cross.
I like that. So
it's just kind of like, watch over this vessel, please get me safely where I'm going.
So the cross thing is really funny because I've coached with a guy for many, many years at a Catholic school, but you'll see many baseball players go up to bat and make the sign of a cross.
Yeah, Liam used to do that.
And so what he said is I noticed while I was coaching with him, we're in the dugout, and one of the players had gone out, they'd made a pitching switch on the mound, and the pitcher came up to the mound and made the sign of a cross with his finger, grabbed the ball, throw his warm-up pitches. And I noticed as soon as he did that, my friend Charlie crossed himself.
Oh.
And I just kind of looked at him, and he goes, Jesus can't root for us both. So every time
he canceled his out?
Right.
Oh, my God. How many people pray at the same time every single day?
So every time I see another ball player that my son's playing against them that makes the sign of a cross, I always do it. And I get parents.
To cancel it out,
get parents and my wife or other players are like, what? I'm like, you can't root for both of them. And I'm like, there's some genius behind that. But anyways, I was thinking about the only, you think you're probably the only person in the world that will cross the plane.
No, I don't think so.
I bet you are. I've never seen it before.
But I do it very discreetly. Like if I'm just standing, my hand is on the outside of the plane and I just quick do it. Nobody has ever said, what'd you do? What'd you just do? So
I know this is kind of crazy, but I think I'm the only person while mowing my lawn that I wave to the wild animals.
Do you?
Like if I see a squirrel, I'll wave to him.
Like a full-on wave or like a Minnesota two-finger?
It's kind of like one of those. Like I got the hand on the wheel and I go, hey, buddy. Like I do that.
Do they ever do it back?
Yeah, every once in a while, the nice ones will be like,
"We're gonna check you in
what's
somewhere."
Up, son? But I also felt I was on my way in this morning. I had the window down. It was nice. But I switch off when I wave to cars. Like if I got my arm out the window, I switch off one finger to two fingers to one finger to two fingers to one finger to two fingers. I feel like I'm the only person in the world that probably does that.
Maybe
that's got to be unique.
Like, is
to me,
it a
right?
conscious effort? If you
but it became one at first, and I would just one.
And now it's habit.
I did it as almost a small research project to see how many people actually wave back with the one versus the two versus the one versus the two. I get way more waves with the two.
Okay.
Where people will be like, they'll wave back. But you got to get them early, and it's got to be above the rearview mirror.
Got it.
Because otherwise, it's just the rearview mirror is hiding your one or your two.
Yeah. What a dilemma.
Do you feel, as you're listening to this, do you feel like you're the only person in the world that does something specific? If so, what is it? What do you do that you feel like you're the only person in the world that does it?
I eat my freaking grilled cheese with syrup, and I don't know if anybody else does. My family does, but no, I don't. Every time I tell somebody else, they're like, what?
Yeah. You know what I've started eating mine with? Hot honey. Have you tried that?
Ooh.
That sounds good. No.
It is so good. I just like kind of drizzle it over the top after I cut it, and it is so good.
I feel like grilled cheese is a lunch or dinner. I don't know if I'd ever incorporate syrup into that. How'd that happen?
It was just a struggle bus meal my mom used to do for us in the morning because she was a bus driver, and she's like, I need to put something on your stomach before we get on this bus. Here's a couple grilled cheese. Drizzle a little syrup on it while it's still hot, so it just becomes almost like a French toast.
Ooh, yeah.
And that saltiness from it almost turns into like the saltiness from the cheese, and then the sweetness from the syrup. It worked. So
That's kind of
know.
like a Monte Cristo. Is it Monte Cristo or Crisco? Monte Cristo sandwich where it's like the powdered
Cristo.
sugar on top of the meat and the cheese and everything.
Never had
like
one of
that?
those.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
You remember the days when somebody would be mean to you because they liked you?
But yeah, I did that too. I remember one time, it was 6th grade though, so maybe too old to be doing this because I knew better, but it was track, and one of the kids that I was running with, I was like, he's, kind of a smoke show. I'm going to get his attention. And we were in what is the sand? Why would you? Oh, long jump.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and I just kind of like grabbed a thing of sand and threw it at him, and it went in his eyes. And then he went and told on me. I was like, well, that just backfired. He's like, why'd you do that? And then he just didn't talk to me. So I get it. When you're younger, you don't really know how to express how you feel about somebody. But listen to how this mom reacts to her little girl. She's just had it.
I'm done with this kindergarten.
Why?
Because this guy, I knew there was going to be a bully in my class, in the crayon class, and I'm done. I don't want to see his face no more. I don't want to see his teeth no more. I don't like him.
What did he do?
He was following me, chasing me, trying to pretend he was by me, and he yelled at my face.
A lot of the times when boys do that and they act like that, it's because they like you.
I don't want to see him again.
Yeah, stand firm, girlfriend, because I thought we weren't supposed to tell our daughters that. And it could go the same for boys. Girls could be nasty too, but more so boys just don't know how to articulate at that age that they got something going on
If you
for
could
them.
teach your young son to walk up to a young lady and be like, I think you're really cute versus tripping her.
Right.
You're light years ahead of the game.
Yes, you will be a winner in the end for sure. I used to work with this guy, and he was in his 40s, and I was 20 because I turned 21 at this first radio station that I was at. And I just watched how he would interact with women at the bar, and I was like, I don't know if he understands, because he would like say mean things or rude things, and then they'd walk away and he'd be like, gosh, she's so hot. And I'm like, so you like her? Because you said something really rude.
Forever single, this man will be.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that's.
Hey, Mark, you kind of understand this whole thing, right?
Well, I kind of agree on that. I remember when I was in kindergarten, we used to pull this girl hair and talk smack to her or whatever, because I actually had a crush on her,
So you did do it.
How it's boys are.
Well, do you see why we're not supposed to say it, though? Like, as a grown adult, Mark, like you wouldn't go and push a hot girl at the club because you like her, right?
Yeah, no, totally. I agree. But they're kids, they don't know better. Of course, it's a different opinion, a different whole conversations once they're teens or once they're adults. But it still holds kind of like a same meaning to it. You don't push her anymore, but you kind of give her like the side eye.
Yeah.
Can you guys imagine if this would carry through to adulthood? And like, if you saw a girl like on campus, let's say you're a college sophomore,
And you pull
you're
her
like,
ponytail?
You're like, she's awesome. I'm going to trip her from behind. Like,
Oh my God.
Imagine like if that was still a thing.
That's crazy. Think of who would play you in a movie. The answer is who would want to play you.
Oh my God, did you hear this? If it's happening in Hollywood, we're talking about
That's a
it.
weird answer.
It was a weird answer. It was a question.
It's not making me think.
I know. My brain shut down. All right. So Justin Bieber, he was asked the question, hey, Justin, in a documentary, who would you like to play you?
In a movie, I would say, who would play me? Probably Vin Diesel, right? Because I look exactly like Vin. I'm a young Dan.
Oh, sarcasm.
I had always thought, you know, who I'd really want Richard Pryor to play me.
You would?
If he was
Someone
still
out
alive.
of the norm,
Just
huh?
somebody who looks really like me.
All right. So the Chrisleys, you cannot fault them. They are 100% real on reality TV. So they had their season finale of the Chrisleys Back to Reality.
Are they both out of jail?
They're both out of prison. Yep. And so they're starting kind of anew, and their kids are still on the show. But one of them, Chase Chrisley, he was checked into rehab for his struggles with alcohol. And on last night's episode, you saw Todd take him to the facility. So to have your family's dirty laundry aired for the world to see and pick apart, I really hope it works for him, because the world is not nice, you know, and they're not forgiving, even if you are working on
Stay offline
yourself.
for a hot minute, and things will probably get right.
So good luck to him. Jennifer Aniston, she was sitting down with Drew Barrymore, and she was talking about some of the fondest memories she has in life, and that is cooking with her grandmama.
Well, she would make spanakopita and baklava. Those are the two things she made out of this world, like incredible. So, and then I still have her recipes, and I make them when I have 9 hours free, because that's how long they take to make from
Do you know
scratch.
what either of those things are?
Yes, because spanakopita, I go at a Sam's Club and I just pick it up and I make it as like, for Christmas, we do appetizers. So it's like a triangle of like a puff pastry. Inside is like a spinach dip.
Okay.
So it's so good. And then you heat it up and they're very yummy. And
We
then,
just buy naan bread and dip it in spinach dip.
do you?
Yeah. It seems easier.
God, you need to class it up a little bit.
Oh,
Get
I'm
some
hacking.
spanakopita.
I'm hacking.
All right. Blowing out their candles today, we have rapper Flo Rida, which I feel just had a birthday the other day. Did he not? Did I say that the other day? It's Flo Rida's birthday. I feel like I did.
I don't remember.
So he has 2 birthdays within a week. This is exciting for him. 46 today.
That'd be great if nobody knew when exactly you were born.
Coming up next with Kat and JJ.
Okay, do we get to talk about this person that's walking around in your neighborhood now?
Yes, we do. So we have had a lot of new development happen within our development. They have added like 70 new homes, and all you hear all summer into fall, construction, those nail guns. And so a lot of young families moving in, which is kind of cute. More houses to go trick-or-treating at. We have like the best neighborhood to go trick-or-treating in. But there's this girl who moved in, must have been maybe last fall, because you don't see them for the winter until they reemerge in the spring. And she walks, no joke, like 5 times a day. So she must work from home. She's in her, I would say, early 20s.
Okay.
And throughout the summer, she would walk in the skimpiest outfits I've ever seen. And she can pull it off. She looked phenomenal, but the boys are out on their bikes and they're hanging out playing basketball, and life stops when she walks by. It's like, you know, she's in slow motion. It's crazy.
Tell me more.
I will tell. Well, I'll draw you a picture of what she wears or what she does not wear. But I was like, you know, I will never knock somebody for wearing something that they're comfortable with. But my neighbor was like, I cannot believe she wears what she wears and walks around while men are mowing their lawn. I'm like, we can't control what men think about. So it's really not her fault at all. But I know she has a hubby or someone that she lives with, because they have a dog stroller too.
Oh, geez.
So they walk their dog in this stroller.
How quickly
So-
my opinion changes of someone.
I know. Oh, you were all excited.
I was like, this girl's the best.
Patrick
I really
Williams.
want to know her. And then I'm like, dog stroller.
I know. So I want to know, have you ever had to talk to somebody about, not that I will ever do that. I will never go to her home, knock on the door and say, ma'am, you really got to watch what you wear when you walk around the
My
block. I
neighbor will
not
walk
do that.
around in a Speedo sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Very European of him.
He's as far away from European as you can get.
Okay. But you've had to talk to somebody about their clothing choices.
When you were talking a couple of seconds ago about your sexy neighbor that goes walking 5 times a day in just a pair of booty shorts and a tank top or a sports bra,
Yeah.
there's a beginning part to one of the episodes of Phil Dunphy. What's the name of the Modern Family?
Okay.
Where he and his wife are riding their bikes, and this chick with the giant gazongas comes running by, and they stop.
Yeah.
And Phil's wife is something like, oh, this is so-and-so we met, whatever. And he's like, oh, oh, you bought the house, the bungalow down there with the whatever. Oh, you must really love that steam shower. and she's like staring at him, and he goes, oh, no, I'm a real estate specialist, right? And he does this. And then he's like, we should have you over for dinner sometime. Like he can't stop oogling this hot girl that's running by. It made me think of that so much because you say all your neighbors literally are mowing their lawns more often and they're out a little bit more on the grass because she might come running by.
I don't think people like men or young boys that are outside mind.
We can't control ourselves.
And I don't mind either. I just look outside. I'm like, girl, though, like if she can get away with it, which she can, she has a great body, but it hugs in all the places, and all the boys are just like, oh.
And I love how all the women are like, can you believe she's wearing that?
Shame on me if I did ever think like that, but I got to give her praise. She looks amazing, but she has one of those, like, she's rough. That's why I'll never go up against her because she has one of those side tattoos. Oh. And if somebody can sit through being inked all the way down your torso on the side, I don't want to mess with you. So
we have first and last name on her.
I don't know. I don't even know what house she lives in, but she's new as of this past year.
If this sounds like you, will you call the show real quick? We'd like to promote your Instagram. I also want to bring Genesis on the show because you've been through something like this. You've had to tell somebody close to you about their clothing choices, right?
My sister-in-law, we would go exercising and walk and what have you. And I actually said something to her because, again, this is my sister-in-law. We have a good relationship. And I was just like, hey, she would come with, like, the camel toe and like, she would like to wear, like, the biker shorts, and that's fine, but it seemed like, she, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to be rude, but she had picked up some weight, which is part of the reason why we were walking. But it was like the biker shorts she was wearing was when she was a smaller size. I'm like, you need to just get a bigger size, even if it's just for now. So, like I said, it would be the camel toe. It would be super tight. So, as we're walking, it's like the top is rolling down, so her stomach is hanging out. And it was just like, hey, I know this is a journey, but let's still feel good about ourselves and how we show up, even as you're trying to lose this weight.
Sure, I got it.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo!
Bingo what bingo?
Bingo! Bingo! All right, Cat's on the hunt this morning for anyone listening who
has been hurt at work. Maybe your work is like ours, and every half a decade they show you a video of not to, scan your butt cheeks and print them out and put them on everyone's desk. But this one is from the 90s. Here, just play. It's called It Only Takes a Second.
Watch out! Hey, you guys are getting here! Hey!
Locked in a freezer. She fell off scaffolding. I mean, it's so easy to get hurt at work. And then they got a lawsuit on their hands. So
I'm looking for anyone listening who was in a different kind of organization in college. We had a guy I played ball with was one of 5 people in the BSO at Gustavus. Mm-hmm. That's the Black Students Organization. Okay. There were 5 people in this organization, and we'd be getting done with practice, and I'd be like, what's going on the rest of the night? His name was Trey. He's like, BSO meeting.
So he didn't want to even be in it?
He just felt, because he was one of the very few black gentlemen on the campus, that he was the only guy in the BSO. There were 4 black girls and then the one guy.
What great odds. Why would he not want to go?
That's why I think he joined, right? But he'd be like, oh, BSO tonight. And I'm like, what do you guys do? And he's like, we're just trying to get the word out to get, more black people on campus, which is a Lutheran, predominantly white school in the middle of southern Minnesota. I'm like, good luck on that, man. So I'm looking for anyone listening who was in kind of like a different organization in college. How's Stacey doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. I appreciate you calling so fast. You get the bingo, but which one do you fit?
Cats.
Okay, how'd you get hurt?
So it wasn't me that got hurt. I accidentally hurt someone else.
Let's go. You're a beast.
I was fresh out of high school, and I worked at a company called S&M, but not like that kind of S&M.
It was probably someone's last name. Got it. Okay.
we like built like computer boards, and we always had to wear safety glasses on. We worked with a lot of glue, and I accidentally was cleaning out my glue gun and shot it into my coworker's eye.
Oh, no.
So she had to go to the ER. I super glued her eye shut, and so she had to wear an eye patch. for like a month.
Oh my God.
I don't mean to laugh, but she was kind of a bully in high school, so I kind of was like, meh.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not right to say that, but
But you
typically
slept
would
well at
upset.
night because you know you didn't do it on purpose. But then it was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'm benefiting in some way. Oh,
Right. I did feel bad, but yeah.
How long was she? How long was she wearing the eye patch like a pirate?
It was like a month. Like she had to wear it for a month for her eye to like heal on its own. I don't need to laugh.
I bet you're in a handbook now. I bet they added that to the handbook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stacey,
Beware.
not many of us get to walk around every day knowing that we changed corporate policy.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Good feeling to be safe.
Have you followed up with this one-eyed bully, and is she okay now? Is she using both peepers?
Yeah. She's still a bully, but she's fine. She lives together. They don't talk to her
It's
anymore.
a little less depth perception.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Well, good.
You're the
Yeah.
best. Thanks for hurting people. I hope you have a great day. Made for a good story.
Yeah. Thanks.
I appreciate it. Hey, good morning and welcome in. You've never been on a cruise. I went on one, and the only wonky thing that happened was we were getting off the boat, and they handed us our bill because you can just sign your room number for the drinks. Is the
Dangerous.
first time my wife and I had ever been exposed to anything like this. We're on our honeymoon. We're sailing across the equator for like 2 or 3 days. It's 130 degrees, and you're just sitting by the pool. So first thing I noticed that was really crazy is I jumped in the pool, and it was all salt water because they pump it in from the ocean. Wasn't expecting that.
I don't know if I'd like that.
Nasty on your lips, right? Like you naturally just get a little pool water in your mouth, and I was like, ooh, this is nuts. But then all of a sudden you end up with like a $600 bill for drinks. So you're drinking those tall margaritas and slushies
Give me
and stuff
another
like that.
hurricane.
Yeah, because there's no money out of pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got to put my room number on here, no problem. So you get hit with that bill on the way out, and you're like, oh my God, we just got married. Our credit cards are maxed.
So after watching Trainwreck, the poop cruise, after watching the girl that disappeared, but she's like still living somewhere in Brazil, it's like, I don't know, up in the air for me.
The reason we're talking about this is they had to turn a cruise line around because 2 guys got in a fight and they beat the crap out of each other so bad they had to go back to the hospital in Miami.
You know what's weird is that they couldn't life flight it, that they had to completely turn everything around. They have a helipad.
Do all of them have a helipad?
Yes. So that's strange to me.
Maybe they just wanted them off the boat. But I wanted to know what happened to you that was a little bit wonky on a cruise. And Andrea's got a story for us, right?
Okay, I went on my first cruise back in like 2014, 13.
Okay.
And on the first night of the cruise, another cruise goers got extremely intoxicated and put on a life jacket and jumped overboard.
Oh,
my
no.
So we had to turn the whole ship around
to find him
and find him.
Oh, my
Wow.
Which luckily we did, but he was now banned for life.
I'm not saying I haven't had my moments where I've had a little bit too much to drink, but
like he has to be the luckiest person on the planet to not be, even if he had that life preserver, to be sucked under.
Right?
With the power of the propellers, I mean, wow, someone was looking out for him that day. That is frightening.
If you want to holler at us, I want to get your story about the cruise line thing that went wrong. And Paige has got one for us. This wasn't you, though, right?
My one of my friends was on a cruise, not me, and there was a woman who didn't have any clothes on, running around the ship asking people to put suntan oil on her.
What a party.
I think my one friend I think he did put suntan oil
I'm sure
on
he
her.
did.
Yeah.
But I think at some point the people, like the main people, were like, you need to put some clothes on. So she had a few too many cocktails.
No.
And I guess was feeling frisky. It's on video. We've seen it.
Let's go. You got to catch video of that. Is there, I know like hedonism is like you go there just to hook up. Are there cruises like that too? Like a boob cruise?
There are so many themed cruises. Cassie, who goes on the Party Plane to Paradise, she goes on the true crime cruise. And
is it like a murder mystery throughout the whole cruise?
And all of your favorite podcasters are there. So it's like when the new kids do their cruise, they're walking around and entertaining people. It's just like that. So you go to like different seminars. You try to solve true crimes that are still open, like open cases, because you never know. Like, what if somebody is there and they see something that these detectives have looked for years and years and they just don't see it? But it looks really fun.
I know I'm getting old when that sounds almost more fascinating than the nude cruise.
I think that would be a good cruise for me to go on because maybe I'd be more focused on that stuff than.
So you got to get naked and then you solve
waves.
crimes.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning. It's Kat and JJ. So it's about 1:30 yesterday, and I'm thinking, all right, I got to get my stuff together for football practice. And we have we bought a home a little over a year ago, and in the laundry room, there's a full-size refrigerator that we use primarily and only for drinks.
Okay.
Only drinks go in there, or if there's any overflow from like a Costco run or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but I walked in there to get like a bottle of water, and I was like, we have a refrigerator just for drinks. I'm rich as hell.
My friend Alana's dad had that, and it was so cool. And it was always stocked with like kid drinks like Zima and it's a joke because we would sneak them, but like Capri Suns and Dr. Pepper and A&W. I mean, it was awesome.
When Trish and I first got married, we were at her parents' place, and they live in the middle of the country, like in farmland. And I was with her dad, and we were driving down the road, and we saw a farmer had put an old refrigerator at the end of his driveway, take it. And we took it, and we got it running again. And we had, but it looked rough, right? It looked really rough. Like it had been in a barn for, 30 or 40 years. And I felt so rich having a refrigerator in my garage that was just for beer.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I don't know why, but it hit me. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so wealthy having a refrigerator just for drinks. So what do you have that makes you feel rich, but you're not?
I would say a sauna.
Oh, yeah.
We saved up for it and we wanted to get the right one. How many times did I have it in my Amazon cart? The one that would arrive from China. And then when I talked to the sauna people, they said, you don't want to use that stuff because when it heats up, those products are really bad for your body. So you want to use real wood and you want to use the products that will not kill you. So, I mean, that was pretty convincing. So I would say that it wasn't like $1 million, but we have it in case we get sick or want to be healthier, so.
How often do you use it?
I am probably at once a week. Liam uses it way more. Like after football, he'll go in there for like a half hour.
In there.
Yeah. So I really like it. But yeah, I would say a drink fridge. That's a big one.
Okay. So we got drink fridge. We got sauna. What else will you add to the list? You have it. You're not rich, but it makes you feel wealthy.
I would say a bed that needs stairs. My friend Teresa has a bed that needs stairs. And they're not stairs for like her dog because she doesn't have a dog. But it is so big and it's so like opulent, like a king would sleep there. It's a king size bed. The bedding, it just looks like something out of Eloise. It's really cool.
See, we don't have the stairs, but ours is up a bunch. It's one of the wood ones like you would find in a cabin. But it's super high.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I was helping my son move the other day, and theirs are all like just normal small frames. Bed is close to the ground. And I'm like, the older you get, the more you want this bed closer to the ground.
Yeah.
Getting out of it, I don't want to twist a knee or sprain an ankle getting out of bed.
She has to hop down. She uses stairs to climb up, and then she has to hop down. It's huge.
I ain't about that. If you could chime in real quick, call or text. What do you have? You're not rich, but it makes you feel wealthy. Hit us up. You got Kat and JJ. How's Debbie feeling this morning?
Awesome.
I appreciate it. That's a great answer. I appreciate you calling the show. We're talking about things that you have. You're not rich, but they really make you feel rich. Like I felt it yesterday when I went to our refrigerator for a bottle of water, and we have one that's just for soda or water or Gatorades or beer or something like that. But yeah, what do you have that just makes you feel wealthy? You're not.
We just bought like a huge metal gazebo, so it's nothing wimpy. And then we bought our outdoor TV so you can sit out there.
Wow. That is
have
exciting.
your little cocktails, sit on your little outdoor furniture. Not little, but yeah. It was a nice addition.
What else are you going to add to it? Like when you're sitting out there, you're like, you know what else this needs? Maybe like a hot tub?
Hot tub.
Yep.
That's next level. You guys are outdoorsy. Now, tell me about the outdoor TV. How does that not crack in the winter and stuff?
No, I think in the winter we'll take it in.
Okay.
Just because let's just not push it.
And it's like waterproof and everything. If it rains, it's not going to get wrecked?
Nope, because it's under the gazebo, and then we do a little cover. You got one on Amazon. It's kind of nice. You just, and then Covers it all up.
A friend of mine keeps his out all year under his deck, and I think that that's a good idea, just to kind of wrap it up and bring it inside the garage, just to like preserve it a little bit longer than it would.
Bingo, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Are you as disappointed as me that eventually you're not going to be able to sit out there? Like, I get so bummed out this time of the year that summer's on its like it's in the rearview mirror. I'm just like, damn it.
Absolutely, I hate it.
Hey, where do you get a big gazebo from? By the way, is that like a Costco thing?
Pardon, what was that?
Where'd you get that big gazebo from?
Oh, Amazon.
Really?
Saved about. I mean, you look at them at Menards, you look at them at Costco. I saved a little bit on Amazon, and it's great. It's awesome.
How long did it take you to put that together?
Nice. Oh my God, a lot of swearing and about 2 days.
So
if you remember, oh my God. Yeah, if you remember Mother's Day weekend, how freaking hot it was.
Yes.
Oh, a lot of sweating, swearing, but yeah,
those are my biggest fears about buying something like that, knowing that unless I have a friend come over, my wife is going to get me to the point where I'm just going to go, screw it, I'm going to throw it in the trash, and I'm not even going to bother.
Derek and I went to Home Depot and we bought like one of those like organizer shelves for our garage. So worth it. We have like all of our bins and stuff, but God, it was touch and go. I'm like, could I go back to Clark, my maiden name? Could I do that? Like halfway through, as he's like, why are you putting A's with B's? And I'm just like, leave me alone.
That's a rough one.
I got you, girl.
Thanks for checking in. We really appreciate you. I hope you have a great morning. Enjoy the rest of summer. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. What do you have that you're not rich, but you have something that makes you feel wealthy? What's yours?
I have 2 automatic litter boxes that like cycle out the clumps. And I feel rich because I don't have to sit and scoop them all the time.
Yeah.
The system just works.
So what does it, put it in a baggie or a bin or something like that, and then you just take that out to the trash?
Yep. It takes like maybe a max of 3 minutes. You pull out the tray from beneath it, wrap it up. Like they have little strings. There's a litter box tray garbage bag. You tie it up, you throw it out, you put a new bag in, and you just shut it, and the litter just kind of cycles back, like flattens it out for the cats and everything so they can dig it up.
It grooms it for your cats are walking into a groomed litter box.
Yeah, pretty much.
How posh. Hey, how many cats do you have that you need 2 of these?
More than I should. I might have 6.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Did you have to have a conversation with them? Like, listen, I know you're getting this litter box, but do not go out into the neighborhood and, like, spout off about it.
Don't tell the other cats.
Yeah.
It may have been a conversation I had with them, yes.
Okay.
And I believe you.
Ashley,
I believe you.
You have 6 cats. The follow-up question to this is how many husbands?
Only 1.
Okay, so you only, wow, and he tolerates this?
When we got together, I had 1 cat. He had 3. His ex left another cat, so we had 4. So a total of 5 when we fully moved in together.
Yeah.
And then our oldest cat is kind of aging out, but it's like his baby. And I found another breed, like another cat that is the exact same breed and looks exactly like him. And I told him when we got together, if we ever found one like that, it was going to be no question it was coming home. So now we have 6.
Okay.
It's a crazy life you're leading there, Ashley.
You know what my cat used to do? I would be sleeping, and she would just walk up my body and just put her butthole just right on my forehead and just sleep
Stamp
there.
of approval.
Yeah, and that's the thanks you get for buying them a fancy litter box.